Okay, we're going to add the ability to throw rocks. Our little alien guy is going to throw rocks at this red slime, and if he hits him a certain number of times, he will actually kill it. Firstly, we're going to need to create that rock object, so it'll be a sprite. I'll call it the rock, and create it with Piscal. Get a dark grey, make a poorly drawn circle, a slightly lighter grey to fill it in, then a sort of medium grey to do some bit of details to make it more rocky. Just a little bit detail there. So here's my rock. I'm not going to give it any behaviors, it just exists. So I need to update my player's behavior and give him a new one. His new behavior is going to be the ability to fire bullets. So I'll select fire bullets. There's some settings that will change later. The main one will be how many bullets he can fire at once, or what's the cooldown between him throwing rocks. Hit apply. Alright, so now let's make an event that will actually, when we click the cursor, click the mouse, sorry, it will fire bullets. So we'll get a condition with the mouse. When a button pressed, there you go, mouse button pressed, the left button, and then we'll do some stuff. Now, I want to check which way he's facing and throw a rock the appropriate direction. What we can do is we can check if he is flipped. If he's horizontally flipped, the player, he's naturally facing towards the right, so if he's flipped, he's facing towards the left. In that case, we want our player to fire a bullet at an angle. We've got a few things to plug in. We're going to set up another point for him to fire the bullet from. The bullet object will be a rock. And the angle, because in this case he will be facing towards the left, he is flipped from his original position. It's 180 speed. I'll set to 250, so it's a relatively fast throw. Let's make a quick point so that these have a position to come from. So our player will go into edit points again. I made one previously. What we'll do is we'll add another point, and we'll call this the fire point. It's up here. I'm going to put it just in front of him. So he's going to throw rocks. They're going to spawn at this point and then go forward. If he's flipped, it'll obviously be on the other side. Apply. Apply. So we want the position to come from the player's point X, and then the name of that we just called was fire point. Just going to copy that because the Y position will be the exact same, but from point Y. Cool. Just going to copy this and invert it. So I'll click on this condition and select invert condition. In this case, he is not flipped, so therefore I'll be firing at a angle of 0 or straight ahead. So if we preview this now, and I click, he's making a rock, and it's going at an angle appropriate for which direction I want to be throwing it at. Now, as you see, I can run kind of as fast as these bullets, these rocks, so I probably want them to go a little bit faster, and I can do that here by changing the speed. So if we instead throw them at 600, they should go way quicker than we do. There we go. And I can't catch up to them. Alright. But at the moment, they don't do anything. If I shoot this guy, they just go through. they also last forever. So there's like 100 bullets floating around now because I've been shooting so much. They just keep going forever. So we need to tell them to die at some point. So after we fire a rock, I'm going to wait X amount of seconds. I'll wait, let's say 5 seconds. And then I will take the rock and delete the object. I'm going to do the exact same thing down here, so I'll copy and paste, copy and paste. To see this in some detail, I'm just going to slow the rock right down so that we can see it throughout its entire trajectory. So this way they still go the same speed, but this way they will go slower. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then it disappears. This way, even if they go way off the side of the screen, because they're fast enough to do so, we're not going to see them going forever. They won't live forever. Alright, now, when our rock hits something, we want it to do something. Firstly, if our rock has a collision with a platform, we want the rock to be deleted. This way, if we shoot into a platform, like up here, the rock disappears. Now the issue is that because the rock was touching the platform down here when we were firing them, they are immediately touching the platform and not coming out. So what we'll do is we'll go back to our guy, edit those points again, and I'm just going to move his firing points up. I'll try again. Still doesn't like that, so I'll do a quick bit of editing here. So I want it to fire from a point of its fire points, similar to what we did before with up here. Go to -50. And just to test what the difference is, we'll do +50 here. So if he's facing left or right. So we definitely want it to be when he's flipped. So minus some amount. Let's try -25. That seems to be a good height. This one is just a little bit high up for me. So I'll make it -25. Alright. There we go. Now, we want to start... We don't really care if they go through a coin, but we want to start being able to kill this guy. We could set it up so that when our rock has a collision with an enemy, they both die. So this will kill the rock and the enemy. This works fine if we want our enemies to have 1 health, but if we want them to be stronger and take a few rocks to die, we need to add some more to them. So let's give our enemy a health characteristic. So enemies, and we're going to add another behavior to them called health. Alright, so we've got a few pieces of data here. Firstly, damage cooldown anytime between taking 1 piece of damage and the next piece of damage. A starting health. 100's quite a lot, I'm going to start him off at 5 and a maximum health. As we see, we can set 0 for no maximum. In our game, our enemies aren't going to have a way to heal, but just for consistency, I'll make this 5 as well. There are some advanced programs that we can change, adding shields, adding other things, but for now, we'll just deal with these 3. So we know that we've set him to have 5 health, so instead of just deleting the enemy, we're going to do something else. We're going to take our enemy and we're going to damage him. Apply damage to an object. How many points of damage? We'll deal 1. Shields can reduce damage taken? No. Armor can reduce damage taken? No. They have no shields or armor anyway. And then we'll hit OK. So now he can take damage, but even if he's at 0, that doesn't end the game or anything. We just want to check if the enemy's health points are equal to 0. Then we want that enemy to be deleted. So let's preview that. So we should be able to take 5 points of damage. Just wait for it to move a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then he's deleted. So remember, this is only applying to this level. If I wanted this to be carried over, I'd need to do the events page for the next. So it's always best practice to get all the mechanics worked out first, and then duplicate it and create your unique levels. If levels have unique mechanics, then you can do that in that level's events only. But if there are mechanics that are going to be everywhere, then I would recommend doing it all in one level, then duplicating. So as we see in this, I cannot shoot because this is not in the events for level 2, and this enemy cannot move or anything because that's something we set up last time. Okay, we'll do displaying health as the next tutorial, so wait out for that.